Are negative thoughts driving you absolutely crazy? It's no wonder. We have about 11 negative thoughts every day of our lives. That means we have about 4,000 negative thoughts each and every year. And if you live to be 75, you'll have over 300,000 negative thoughts in your lifetime. My name is Kevin Yoder, mindset coach and creator of the Inner Game of Achievement. I help people improve their patterns of thought so that they can terminate those limiting beliefs, boost their confidence, and accomplish their most inspiring goals for life and business. So the problem is that negative thoughts stack faster than positive thoughts. And if you understand that our thoughts create our choices, the choices we make every single day of our life, which then turns into our actions, what we're choosing turns into our actions, which produce our results. Not only, if you don't change your negative thought processes and thought habits, not only will you get negative results, but you will then continue to follow the process of a negative thought, which means it turns into a disposition. And then that disposition turns into a mood, and that mood turns into a personality. So you have the negative results in your life, plus now you've turned that negative thought process and using your creative imagination in a negative way. And by the way, that's just using your imagination the wrong way. You're crossing a bridge before you get to it. Worrying is just using your imagination to think about an event long before it happens. And guess what? It rarely ever happens. So the good news is that there's a better way to think. Now, go back to the diagram for a second. If we know that our thoughts create our choices, which produce our actions, which produce our results, what causes our thoughts? What causes our thoughts? It is our inputs. You probably can't read that. Ooh, it looks like chicken scratch. Inputs. So here's the proven formula for changing your thoughts into positive thoughts. It is better inputs. Better inputs. You've heard of garbage in, garbage out. Now, how about positive in, positive out? What are inputs? Inputs come in the form of books, positive information, podcasts, videos, coaches, mentors, guides. Anything that you can put in here, which then begins to change your philosophy. It changes the way that you're thinking about things. And so you have better inputs, which produce better thoughts, which then creates better daily choices, which then produce awesome, empowering, amazing, powerful, inspired actions, which creates amazing results. Now, what happens if you get into a situation where you have a negative thought, it pops into your mind? We all have that. The problem is that you could be in that mode for a very long period of time. That negative thought starts to stack, and it can go on for 10, 20, 30 minutes. Have you ever been in a negative thought where you thought about one thing and then about 20 minutes later you're thinking about something completely different and you don't even know how you got there? That's the stacking process. So fortunately, there's a way to stop that in its tracks. And there's a process of pivoting. What that means is that when you have a negative thought, this of course requires absolute awareness. You need to be aware of what you're thinking moment by moment. And the good news is you don't have to actually think about the thought. You can use your feelings to guide you. How am I feeling right now? If you're feeling crummy, it's because you're thinking a negative thought. You can do that, or you can be aware of a negative thought as soon as it hits. And by the way, the more you do this, it's a habit. You're creating a better habit. A way of thinking is a habit. So you're going to be aware more often the more often you do this. You don't have to fester over your thoughts all the time forever. This is just the beginning till you create a habit around it. So when you do that, you pivot away from the negative thought. So negative thought flops in, comes in your mind. I don't like this. This is not what I want. The question you ask yourself is, what do I want? What do I want? Pivot to that now, instantly. Instantly pivot to what you want. So this is the bad thing. This is the thing that I'm thinking about that I don't want. Let's just say it's an undesirable situation in sales or business. If you're a business owner, entrepreneur, and you're thinking about the worst possible thing, it didn't happen yet. You're using your imagination, your creative imagination, your God-given faculty of visualization, essentially, is what we're doing, and you're making something up here that hasn't happened yet, and you're conjuring up negative images in your mind. Now, that is not what you want. The outcome there is not what you're seeking. So stop. What do I want? Focus on what you want. Now give your undivided attention on what you want. Now use the same imagination you were thinking about over here to think about what you want, and only that. Napoleon said, "I see only the objective, the obstacle must give way." We have to use our will to focus on what we want. Now become emotionally connected to the positive outcome and go there. Allow those positive thoughts to stack in the direction you're looking to go in rather than the direction that you would not want to be in. So the process is on a daily basis, better inputs, and on a moment-to-moment basis. The process of pivoting allows you to shift away from a negative thought as soon as it hits your head, your mind, so then you can begin to milk it, and then you'll slowly learn how to pivot away from negative thoughts altogether so that your preponderance of your thoughts are going to be positive. Maybe instead of having 11 negative thoughts a day, you'll have 3 or 4, and you'll know exactly what to do with them. If you like information like this and you want to learn how to have a more powerful mindset and to break through those negative thought processes, make sure you like this video and subscribe so that you're alerted when I come on and share more information just like this.